Ahoj, já jsem Katie.
How are you here in the Czech Republic?
I'm good. I mean, it's so cool here. It's a really new experience. I've never been to Europe before, so it's definitely a little bit scary, but I'm super excited.
What were your first impressions coming to the Czech Republic?
Things definitely look a little different than Canada. I mean, there's the buildings for sure are definitely different, and I don't really know where I'm going. Things are a little different. Some people don't speak English, and I really don't know a lot of Czech personally, so it's going to be a little new learning everything.
Can you tell me about your story? How this all happened that you're here now?
I mean, I grew up playing softball. It's always been something that I loved, and I knew that I wanted to compete at the highest level possible. So I went to college and I played softball, and I had seen the Czech national team play last summer at the Worlds, which was hosted in my city. And I had talked to the coaches because I expressed a little bit of interest in the Czech team, as Canada's very competitive as well, and so is the Czech team, and I wasn't really sure where I wanted to go. And I actually didn't make the Canadian national team, but I thought it was an amazing opportunity to come here. The team is so good. I saw them play last year, and everyone seemed very welcoming. And so I got a Czech passport because my dad was born here, so I was technically a citizen. And I talked with the coaches, and they allowed me the opportunity to come and play here, which is super exciting, and I'm just so thankful for it.
Are you scared?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I only speak English, I don't really speak Czech, and so that's going to be definitely really new for me. And I've never met most of the team. I've met a few people, so that's definitely, playing with a new team is going to be a little different, but overall I'm just really excited and thankful for the opportunity.
So you've met a few people from your team. Do you know anything about the rest of the team?
I mean, as weird as this sounds, I did Google everyone a little bit. I saw the pictures on the Facebook page, so I kind of figured out who plays what position and things like that, just so that I could come in knowing a little bit about each person. And Lucy was nice enough to kind of help me out with names and positions and give me a little bit of a background on each player, which was really nice.
You don't know any Czech words?
I know ahoy and ciao.
Oh, that's perfect. That's all you need, basically.
Okay.
How about your program from now on?
So I'm going to play with the women's national team in Italy for the European Championships, and then I'm going to be competing with the junior national team in Florida in the World Championships.
So 2 national teams.
Yes.
Do you think you'll make it, will be tiring, or will you?
I mean, it's definitely going to be tough. It's going to be a lot of playing, but it's nothing I'm not used to. I've played all my life, and I'm just super excited to start. So.
Can you tell me a little bit about your softball highlights? We've read a lot about you being the top pitcher of the championship.
I've been playing rep softball for about 9 years. I made my first rep team when I was in, I believe, 6th grade. And from there, I played on one of the top teams in Canada, and we actually won our national championships 3 times. And I had the honor of being named the top pitcher in one of those, and I got an MVP in the other one, which was completely amazing. It's kind of that feeling that you accomplished something. So at a national level, for me, that was just, I was on top of the world after that, and I feel like it can only go up from here.
You are apparently an amazing pitcher.
Thank you.
But what do you think can you bring to the team, obviously, except for the pitching?
I mean, I've always been very supportive of my teammates, and I want them to do as best as they can, so I can definitely be there, that person to talk to, even if they have to speak to me in English, which I'm sorry. But yeah, I just want to be super supportive and just help the team in any way that I can and be there for people.
How is it for you, the feeling that you'll be playing for a different country than the one where you actually grew up?
It's definitely different. For me, Canada's always been home, but my family is really excited. My dad was born here, my grandparents grew up here, so there's definitely family history here, and I actually have some family that I've never met before who lives in Prague, so I'm going to get the opportunity to meet some people who I would have otherwise never been able to meet before. So it's kind of like I'm learning a bit about my family history through doing this, which is really cool.
Yeah. So your parents and your grandparents who are Czech live in Canada now?
Yes, my dad and my grandparents live in Canada.
Do they speak Czech?
Yeah, they do. They both speak it. My dad can't really read it anymore, and sometimes he doesn't know the words, but he still speaks it fluently with my grandparents, which is kind of cool. But usually my mom and my brothers and I kind of stand there not knowing what's going on, a little confused because we only speak English, but it's really cool.
What do you expect, like the feeling when you stand there with the Czech national team jersey, playing the national anthem? What do you expect from those moments?
I might be a little confused. I've never really known about, like, I've heard the Czech anthem, but to me I've always heard the Canadian anthem, so it'll be a little bit new, but I think it's going to be like a really cool experience. I'm honored to play with the Czech team just because that is my family history, and that's something that I've grown up with but never really learned a lot about, which means in this experience that I can learn about my family history, which will be really nice. And I think that just having the opportunity to represent another country will be really amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's still softball, right?
Yeah, it's all still softball, and it's all still competing at an incredible level, so I'm just very excited.
Have you thought about future here in the Czech national team? Maybe, like, I know now the year 2017 is agreed, but what about the next years? Will it be still trying for the Canadian team, or do you want to play
I'm
here?
not ruling out any options. I'd love to play for Canada, but I want to see how this year goes first, and if this is something that I fall in love with, then I could definitely see myself playing here for as long as I want to keep playing softball, or as long as they'll have me. So.
Okay. Perfect. Well, good luck in our team.
Thank you very
much.
much.
And welcome.
Thank you.